What's what's going on? Black Feniks checking in. Right now I'm out of a location. I'm outside of Miss Curl signs and t-shirts. I actually just got to picking up a few things. I actually getting her to do me some hats, so I'm gonna have my HogOn hats here soon, you know what I mean? So I'm excited about that. But I wanted to come to you real quick and talk about creating a business that you have complete control over. I want to say that because when you're building your independence, a lot of times we try to do different things we fully don't have control over. And that's how we get beat. As an independent artist, we trust people to make certain decisions for us. And when things don't go the way that we actually plan, we get our feelings hurt. We hurt now. The world is against us. You know what I mean? So I think the best thing to do to prevent that is to create our first business. When you first do your first business, whatever it is, you want to have complete control over it. You want to know how it's ran. You want to know the calls. You want to know the people. You want to know the network. You want to know how to do it, build it, whatever the situation is. You need to make sure you know it in and out because I think it's very important on your growth because you're going to learn so much by doing it yourself. And on top of that, you're going to also know the ins and outs, like personally. Can't nobody just tell you anything because you physically put your hands in it. You physically got involved in it. So I think that is very, very, very important. So I just want to stress that, man. Whatever business that you decide to pick, especially an independent business, you want to be involved. I know a few people that have jumped into business and they wanted to have employees and they wasn't ready for it, or they want to act like they had someone working for them like they was a bigger boss and they was and they really wasn't, and it caused them to go out of business or ask for some handouts, so to keep from embarrassing yourself. What's going on, family? What's going on? To keep from embarrassing yourself, you want to be hands on when it comes to your business. You want to make sure that you are involved in it from start to finish, that you know the ins and outs, because that's going to be very, very valuable for your success. So, whatever you're choosing to do, and for those who follow me that do welding, there's so many things you can do with welding. How's the police going to leave us alone? You know what? It's crazy because if you do things the proper way, you know, when it's all said and done, we'll be in a good light. But I think that we just have to be hands on with what we're doing. You know what I mean? And know the rules. Play the game. If you know what to expect when you go on a job site and you're working for someone else, then just apply those same rules when you're working for yourself. Apply those same principles. Like everything that the bigger corporation is doing, you can do it on a small scale. You can mock that. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to be just like them, but you can have that same professionalism in what you're doing. So I just want to say, whatever it is, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty because a lot of times we don't want to do that. We don't want to physically get involved and get our hands dirty, and that is literally what it's going to take for us to get over the hump. So I just wanted to say this: make sure whatever you're doing, you learn about it. Good or bad, whatever you go through, it's going to be a plus because there's going to be some things that you won't know that later you're going to be like, dang, that's what I should have did. You see what I'm saying? But you didn't know at that time. So I think that is very important. Like a lot of things with building business here and really getting things off the ground that I wouldn't have knew it until I got my hands dirty. It makes a lot of sense. Yes, thank you, appreciate it, man. You want to be able to, we want to get on and want to have somebody else do things for us, and that's fine. But from history, anytime a man is not completely in control of the business, it's going to be a lot of things that's going to go on that you're not going to be aware of, and you're going to get bitter or be like, man, what happened to this? Because you wasn't fully in control. Somebody else was running it. So it's always not going to be, um, everything is not going to be done the way you are completely doing it because you're not completely running it. Now, other businesses, as you grow and get bigger and bigger, you're going to have other businesses going to be ran by other people. That's fine. But I think that getting started, our first business, we need to run. We need to fall on, we need to learn from, the full nine. Like that way, we'll be more equipped with dealing with others, with starting a business, with building the business. So I have learned, like, since I've been here in the Oklahoma City area, that the main thing that's really been keeping me above the water here is products over talent. I provide services, but my products over talent is what's been keeping me afloat. And it's also the services that I provide that's tailored, like a tailored service that I know they can't just go to any, Tom and Joe just to get this done. They need somebody that actually specializes in that. And the container conversions that I do with the metal doors, putting in the steel doors and the roll-up doors, or cutting them in half, that's a service that only I can provide. Now, it'd probably be some people that can do certain things, but not the way that I do it. You know what I mean? How fast I do it. I come to them. They ain't got to get out their way. A lot of people try to tell them, well, we got to come pick the container up and bring it to our location. That's going to cost, or it's going to be X amount of dollars if the guy come out here and do it with the crew. I don't have that type of overhead that the big companies have, so I could give a better price. I could be more flexible. You know what I mean? Even with my products, I don't have the bigger overhead because I don't have like 1,000 square foot, big 3-4 thousand square foot shop. You know what I mean? I just got something simple in my garage and I'm making it happen. So I don't have the same overhead, so I can get better prices, better deals. I can be more flexible with my clients, with my customers. So that's something to think about. And they will respect it. I remember hearing a story where a guy said he was all worried about this big deal because he was making these products in his garage and he wanted to take a guy to another place because the people that was investing wanted to see the plant where he was actually building them in. And he was kind of embarrassed of his location because it was his garage. Well, when it was all said and done, he was like, you know what, forget it. They want to see the product. I'm just going to show them the product. He took them to their garage and he got even a bigger investment than what he would initially got because they seen what he did on a sure budget, small, and he made it happen. They was so impressed. They said, hey, man, I know if you get this and this, you're going to take that to a whole nother level because we just seen what you did it with this little amount. And you know how the old proverbs say, the old scriptures say, uh, if you're faithful in a few, in a little, something small, he'll make you ruler over many, ruler over something big. So that's why I say it's important to take care of our first business because it's like our child. Your first child, your first child always be that one that straddle the fence. If you had everything established, they might love you to death or they might hate you. You know what I'm saying? Was you there for me or did you do something else? It's just like a child, especially our first one. A lot of times we learn after the second one and the third one. You get better and better because it ain't like you got a book. You got to jump into it. So it's the same thing with business. This first child that you have, you're going to have to nurture it. You're going to have to feed it. You're going to have to play with it. You're going to have to love it. You're going to have to hug it. You're going to have to discipline it. All of that. Because that is going to show you, and not only show you, but it's going to make that child, your business, become productive, become stronger, become more open to what business is, more open to the BS that comes his way. You can easily see something like, nah, I ain't with that. But you can see it from a mile away now because you're used to business. But a lot of times we jump into it and we're not really used to business. We got a big ideal of how business should go, but we really don't know. We just know that, hey, I got to do something better than what I'm doing now. You see what I'm saying? So we'll just dive into it. So I think that it's important to figure out what we want and do it ourselves. Like, bump your head, you gonna mess up. It's not an L. Remember that. It's not an L. It's a lesson. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a loss. It's okay. Which is an L, but it's not a loss. It's a lesson. So just think of it like that. You know what I mean? Everything that we face, man, I can't tell you, like, the stuff that I've been facing being out here, building my independence. Like, I've been learning a lot. But I am so thankful, man. Like, I can't tell y'all how thankful that I'm glad that I got my hands dirty. Because if I didn't get my hands dirty, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Like, I wouldn't be in the position I am. I wouldn't be talking to the people that I'm talking to. And I'm going to tell you something else that has shown me. It's a scripture also that I shared one day, and it talked about, if you see a man who is gifted, skilled in what he do, If he's skilled, he's gonna sit before kings. He ain't gonna be around. He won't sit around regular people. Not meaning that he think he's better than others. By no means. It's something about him that sets him apart from others because he believes in what he do. And the king, the rulers need people that believe in what they do, treasure what they do, stand on what they do, know what they do. That's what's going to make you valuable to the king. So keep that in mind that if you got something, you're going to get there. And I only wanted to share that story with you because since I've been here, I have watched that unfold. Like I've been sitting with kings. And when I mean kings, I mean owners, owners, business owners, other independent owners are the people I get more business with. When it comes to someone that's, you know, stressing their entrepreneur or want to be one, but just like the word, like the independent word, but they ain't really putting in the work, those tend to go to the wayside. I mean, just what it is. I have noticed that even here, like I had a few brothers that I thought that we probably would have had a good relationship and got some money. But once they seen that I was about actions, and evidently they wasn't about actions because you don't see them in my video, you don't see me talk about them, it kind of intimidated them. You know what I mean? Because some people, it sounds good to say, "Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a hustler. Oh yeah, I'm a go-getter." But when it's time to put forth that effort and really, really see it, that's when the go-getters get separated. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna really tell the difference. And all said and done, I knew it was gonna be a sacrifice. And some people don't want to make that sacrifice. Some people cool with the physical image of certain things. And around here, I just noticed. I'm in Oklahoma City. People don't think real big. I think big because I'm not from here. So I get it. The area of thinking is it's like they don't think past the height of the trees. It's like for real, like when you try to give a new idea, like they look at you strange, especially because I'm black and I'm cultured with gold teeth in this beard. If I just talk business, period, they look at me like I'm speaking Chinese or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking Latin. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, man. But it's hard to deal with people like that. My uncles used to tell me, he used to say, man, if a person ain't on your level, you don't bow down to theirs. You keep getting up. If they want to get close to them, you reach down and grab them, but don't go down their level. They don't think like you, then don't associate yourself with them. Keep doing what you're doing because you got a mission. And even though that they didn't want to network with you, they said, oh, this brother might be on this. They still gonna see you grow. They still gonna see you win. So as I said, only thing they're gonna be saying in the back of their mind, like, man, I should have messed with so and so. I should have networked with them. They wasn't like that. But they used to dealing with certain people, which is fine with me. So what I did, I just stepped back and said, hey, I'm gonna do this stuff on my own. I'm gonna get this container. I'm gonna turn it into a conversion. I'm gonna have my own storefront, my own office, because I don't want to rent someone else's building. I would rather rent a space and promote myself. So I'm gonna build my own. And I told the guy, hey, I'm gonna get a container, a 40-footer. And I told him this. I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna sell one to make majority of my money back. I'm gonna use the other one, turn into a cafe. And this is how we're gonna do this, man. And I just gotta find the land. I got to, I've been looking at everything. I got to find some prices on containers. Everything I said I was gonna do, y'all. For those who've been following me, I've been doing it. Not because I'm boasting, because I'm determined and I know this is my baby. This is my business. And like I believe in it enough to make those sacrifices. And that's why I say that you're gonna have to believe in what you're doing enough to do everything yourself. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just talking. You know what I mean? To some they'll be like, oh man, that sounds good. That sounds good. But not knowing the facts that it's gonna take sacrifices, you're gonna have to give up stuff, you're gonna have some late nights, you might not can't sleep sometimes. It's just what it is, because we're hogs again, and hogs are not domestic. Hogs are not domestic, and everybody know that a dog is domestic. It waits on a bowl. It waits on somebody feeds it. It wags its tail, even if you do it bad, and hope that you're treated fairly one day. But not a hog. You treat that hog wrong, you're gonna have to kill it. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to fight that hog. That's what I am, man. I'm a hog. I'm gonna go get it. So if I don't go out here and figure it out, find a way to eat, find a way to get things established, I know ain't nobody gonna sit no plate outside for me. It's not gonna happen. Or if it's gonna be there, I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of BS behind that plate. I'm gonna have to get real uncomfortable, probably do some things that I really don't want to do, or have to have somebody talk to me a certain way. And that's me personally. That's why I don't stress job. I stress use a job to build your independence. But as far as me working a job, I can't work for nobody. I can work with somebody. You see the difference? Working with them than working for them. Because when you work for somebody, if you ever noticed it, it's that condescending voice that they give you. It's like you under me. I haven't met one that don't do it. I mean, just think about it. It's always get to a time you think they cool and they'll throw that, well, you know you under me. You know I'm the boss. Like, what the fuck ever? You know what I mean? Like, if you wrong, you're wrong. So that's why I like to have members because we on an equal standpoint. You know what I mean? I look at you like you look at me. One might be wiser than the other or whatnot. One might be the owner, but I'm not on no pedestal where I'm going to talk bad to you or belittle you or step on you to puff my chest up and make other people think that I'm somebody when I'm nothing but a piece of shit if I got to step on somebody else to get some self gratification. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I personally say I'm not with the job. I had my time in. I put my time in, man. You know, like they say, everybody got to put the time in. Prison. I got out of prison. I gave 10 more years to a job, a full decade, because I had to learn the system. Now I'm done. I done put 20 years in doing time. I'm not doing no more time. I'm being free. Independent LLC corporations, that's what I'm on, you know. And you have to start from somewhere. And that's why I say building your independence, you want to start from your hands. You got to start doing it. And so that's why I really like leading by example. Right now I'm outside of the spot. I'm gonna walk over here and show it to you since I'm talking about it. But everything I did with this container, man, I did it with my hands. Like it's literally handmade in the US. You know what I mean? Like handmade. I engineered it, I fabricated it, you know, I welded, installed the pieces. So, you know, it's gonna be more that I wanna do, you know what I mean? But things are coming. I can see me progressing, you know what I mean? It just takes time, man. Don't nothing happen overnight. But I do wanna say this. I want you to make sure that you get involved in everything when it comes to your business. You need to be involved in everything completely. You need to know the taxes. You need to know the do's and don'ts in your first business, whatever you choose to be. If it's a t-shirt business, if it's a cup business, if you're selling lemonade, if you're selling service, whatever you're doing, you need to know it. And what you don't know, you're gonna learn. Don't be scared to spend no money to get that education you need. Them consultations, they come in different fields, depends on what you're doing. Find somebody that knows what they're doing. See, that's the thing. I had a few gentlemen who have contacted me about paying some consultations, and they haven't yet. But I had a lot of people have, and I network with my brothers. You know what I mean? But I had a few people contact me on my consultation. It's just $150. The game I'm giving is over $10,000 easy if you use it, easy. And a few of them like, I don't know, I just got to think. I'm thinking to myself like, they want me. I even had one of, well, tell me what, how can you help me? Tell me this. Like, I'm not gonna convince you to help you to grow your business. Like that's something you got to do. Like if when you go to the mall, you don't go in there and go to each store and ask the people to pull my leg, show me which one's the best. Show me no, you gonna see what you like. If you like it, whatever the price is, some people like to spend that big price so they can brag. Man, you know I spent 120 on these. You know what I'm saying? You know I spent 175. You know, that's just what they do. They boast about that. But you tell them, hey, spend 150, 500 on your business. Oh man, they're nut up. Well, man, explain it to me. Let me know how it's going to help me. Like, really? That's what I tell them. Hey, man, you know what I tell them? Evidently, it's not for you. If I got to convince you, it's not for you because I'm not into that. I'm not trying to pull nobody's leg. I'm not on here every day. Send me money, send me money, send me money, send me money. I can help you get you rich. I'm not with all that. I don't do that. I do what I do. If you need some of my services, I provide my services. I give you my information, you know, but my goal is to work it. As long as I keep working it, I'm gonna keep growing, and prices are always going to keep going up because it goes up with the value. So if I came to you at one time, it's going to be that price, 150. But soon it's not going to be that no more. Then you're going to be like, man, I missed out. Now it's this. I've been there too. I did that. Try to network with somebody that tried to give me a deal. I did it myself, so I can't say that I haven't been there too. I tried to sweat it out. Man, let me wait a little bit. Let me do this. All the shit that I was doing wasn't more important than me spending that little $500. It was $500 I was trying. I had to spend to do something, and I was trying to do all these things to go around it. Man, let me tell you, I wasted more money. By the time I did get it, it was a little bit more expensive, and then I learned how I wasted money and time. Like see, I'm gonna tell you something. We don't really understand that life consists of time. Think about it. Life consists of time. Once your time is up, your life is up. So you would rather sit back and waste time trying to figure out, man, do I really need to spend this money to get over this hump to do this? Because that's what you're doing. You're wasting your life. And if you really want to focus on your business, or you can say, you know what, I'm not gonna stand outside in this line. I'm gonna go and get in this VIP line so I can get in here and get something to eat, get what I need, and go. That's all it is. Ain't no shortcuts. It's just VIP members. It's line. It's ways you can get what everybody else is willing to wait outside on, and the food might run out. That might run. Anything might have. Doors might have to close. Don't take that chance. I took a chance, like I say before in my life. I'm gonna be real with you. You know, as an independent artist, and a few of them, like I say that the one particular, that one was, it helped me, but I ended up having to spend more in the long run, and I could have got it cheaper from the get go. But I tried to procrastinate. Procrastination, it's the enemy of progression. You know what I mean? I just want to say that, man. You have to, you have to, you have to make proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. You have to, and I love to say that because you're just gonna have to prepare, man. You got to prepare. Like in the best time to prepare for certain things is when you messed up, when things are not going. That's when you can really be getting ready. So like today, I went and I upgraded. I had to get a phone, and I had to get two phones actually for me and my wife. And I went and gone and upgraded our phones. And I was in there. There's a lady in there. She had a deal. She had two new phones. I guess she had got the same ones. She was like, "Oh, I got these new phones. I sell them to you for this price." I'm like, "Yeah, bet I take this." She's like, "Oh, is that home?" I was like, "Man, when you get off?" She's like, "8." I'm like, "No, I can't wait to 8 because I got some other things I need to be doing." So she was like, "Man," she tried to call somebody, couldn't get nobody to bring her. So I ended up purchasing some phones. I spent a little bit more, but that was fine. But the moral of the story is, I told her, I said, "Hey, I was always told if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready." See, if she would have had those phones in her car, in her purse, knowing she trying to sell them to keep them close by, she wouldn't have to wait for that money. She could have made that bill money right then, bam, instantly. But what she wanted to do was, she wanted to do that. She wanted to send me that. You know what I mean? I mean, she wanted to not have it on her, so I had to buy another phone. Where she would have had it, then I wouldn't have had to do that. But proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. If she would have stayed ready, she wouldn't have to get ready. And I want to say that because if you're doing mobile welding, you building parts, you having a product, keep some in your inventory. You ain't got to have a big inventory, but you want to have a big enough inventory. If someone hits you, you can be able to get that little money right then and then jump back in. One step is better than none, but two steps is even better. So I always look at it. If I sell one product, I try to buy enough to make two more. You know, or if I sell one, I buy enough to make three. I have this. You want to double it up or whatever. So think of it like that if you have to. All I'm saying is get your hands involved because you're gonna have to get your hands involved. So before I let y'all go, I'm gonna walk around here real quick, and I just want to show you this line because sometimes when you really building and you working on your independence, and you telling people, "Oh man, I'm about to do this. Man, I'm about to do this. This right here gonna happen." They'll think you blowing smoke at them. You know what I mean? And especially, coming from where we coming from, our culture. You know what I mean? We just go. I learned just don't talk about it no more. Don't even say anything. Just do it. So I'm gonna flip this around. So this is the container conversion I am working on. I'm actually in the inside on stage 21. For those who tuning in for me, this is actually the one that I sold her. It's a 20-foot high cube, and she's using it for storage. So it's a storage unit for her her business, t-shirts, other things that they do, signs and stuff. And this is going to be my storefront. I'm going to be selling my products. I'm going to have a welding booth at the rear so I can have welding services, independent welding sessions for those who, night and day, for those with different hours. The top of it just gonna be a lounge. It's just, you know, it's a cafe. You know, I want to be able to just have a little lounge spot where I'm gonna have a deck up here, and I'm gonna have some tables and you know, the awning, you know, the full nine up there, so we can chill on good days. You know, brothers come by, those who smoke, you can go up here and you can smoke, because there won't be no smoking in the inside. So that way you can go in. But my goal is to have my products and the products that I sell. So all the products that you have might not be your personal products, but as long as you got products over talent, you still can win. So just don't get caught up thinking that you got to create a unique product, which to me, I think that's a good desire, to want to have your own unique personal product. But think of it like this: you can still have a good product by selling things that sells. Certain things people gonna buy, certain food items, certain clothes items, certain necessities is always gonna sell. So if you keep something that's always gonna be an asset, hey, it's gonna be a win-win for you. So this is what I've got going with this one. Like I said, I still got a lot to do, you know, but it's coming. Got my scraps over here, which I'm still gonna be using some of them. I've still been using some of them. Actually, I got a piece where I can make that stick right there of C-channel. Is actually another welding skid. So I haven't cut it up yet, but that's a whole nother welding skid. So I got two already, and this is a spare. So when I said another, I already got another piece to finish another one out. So I did that ahead of time. So like I say, man, it's most definitely coming along. It's not perfect, but it's nice. Especially, you know, that I build it. Like I'm stoked about it. You know, had a couple issues here on my paint, as you see. Look at that. Last finishing touches, I was doing it, and it mattered a little bit. So I got a little thing to clean up, but I thought about it, man, you know what? I might leave it on there. That's part of the character of it. That's my first one. Now I got my flooring, Marika wood. Now I got some planks over there, framing it out. So that's the next stage to this, is actually start doing that. So see, it's a lot of room here. A lot of room. So this is 20 foot. Like I say, that end there, really where the fab, I got the fab box is. Let's go back maybe a hair, I think is right over my line, is where it's going to be a wall there. And that whole end will be the welding board. Okay, right here. Will start there, so back up in there will be all the booth. So I have enough, you know, it'll be a nice size booth to have as an antique. I mean, stick and flux core, because that's what makes money. Independently faster. Welding that I have done has been for companies, and I push away from that. So that's why I kind of strayed away from the TIG welding a lot. But I can do, I'm a combo welder, so I do it all. But I make more money in stick and flux core, thumbs down. So that's what I like to teach, because most people need a job. They need some money to start, you know, helping their families. So, you know, I'm going to give you something. You ain't got to go through a whole lot of hurdles to get you a check. So that's the main thing. So I want to give y'all an update on that, show you what I'm doing. But like I say, I'm starting this. Everything is built from my hands. This is my business, and I'm building it from my hands, literally. Everything. The staircase, I built this. Everything is handmade. I come up with the design, the pattern. This is not like a pattern I found nowhere. I wanted to do my own thing. So that's what I did. 100%. So, you know, working on, like I say, getting the decking done on here. But I'm literally building all of this from my hands, you know. And like I say, I was saying, like, hey, man, I'm about to do this and do that. And some people get discouraged, you know. And, you know, it is what it is, man. You can't make someone else believe in your vision like you do. So don't get discouraged. Like, even your spouses, like, one thing about faith and about belief I have learned through history, if God gives you a vision, that vision is for you. Like, for you. You know what I mean? Someone else might adopt the vision, But if you birthed it, it's for you. Your wife might not be with you all the time. Might not have your back. Your kids might not have your back. Your best friend might not have your back. But that vision is for you. So you're going to have to stand firm. And eventually everything will come back around for you, But you're going to have to stand. So that's why I just wanted to say that, man. I'm going to let y'all go. Just wanted to give you an update on that like today. Just been trying to take care of a couple things. I got some hats coming. I actually got my logo thing done up correctly today, so that way I can start printing them on hats. And I got a few samples I'm about to have, so I'm gonna have some samples of some hats. But like I say, just wanted to give y'all an update what I was doing, and to know that you literally gonna have to build your first business yourself. You want to be completely hands-on. So on your first one, you want to be completely hands-on. So just keep that in mind, man. Just wanted to say that because I know it's very important to our independence. So hopefully everybody having a blessed day. I just wanted to check. Oh man, my medallions. For those who want some medallions. My medallions are $10. I had a couple people ask me. I can paint them if some people want them painted. It'll be a little bit more because it'll be handmade, hand painted. So I'll probably get them hand painted. Probably gonna be like a dub. I'm gonna keep it real with you because I'm gonna get them like black, green, and red painted, which will look real neat. These in wood for those who want some of these. It's just another product, but this is something that I represent because I believe that we have to stand up, being African Americans, black natives, black men, that we have to believe in something. We have to stand up that what we believe in, and like I said, we have to get our hands involved. So I believe in the empowerment of us and getting us to the next level, doing things outside of the box. That's what it's about. Thumbs down. So hopefully everybody having a blessed day. Keep doing what you're doing. See what somebody say before I leave. Got a couple. Let me check out what everybody say before I shoot out. I didn't see I got all these, man. Let me check y'all out real quick because I can't see out there. Hopefully everybody doing good. Yes, be in control of your business. Yes, you got to get your hands dirty sometime. Yes, very important. Products over talent is very important. Yes, it is. I mean, I say that, I stress that because that's the reality. That's how we're going to get over the hump and stay over the hump. Hey, just start. Just start, man. Don't panic. Don't worry about, man, I got to do this. Just start. You can start off selling something that you know that everybody else, people really, really need. That's a product. And then eventually whatever you do, you create you one, because ideas come to me randomly, like no lie. So the game is, man, is to really just utilize everything that I'm saying, is to just start. Don't wait on it, just start, man. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. You don't know how much time you got. Keep that in mind. Maybe you was told that, hey, you got 50 years to figure out what, your game plan. To me and other people, we don't know. So we got to do it now. What we can do anyway. So, don't try to overwhelm yourself, which that's easier said than done. I get it. Stress comes from different areas, but I have learned personally that try not to put too much on your plate. Try not to put too much on your plate and be realistic with yourself, your goals, and your vision. And believe me, it's going to be bigger than you. You want it to be bigger than you. Want your vision, your goals to be so big that even you be like, man, how I'm going to accomplish this? And once you do it, you like, man, you be able to bear witness that, hey, God was with me. I didn't do this alone. You know what I mean? I put the hard work in. I kept networking and knocking on doors, but you know that there's no such thing as get rich quick unless you hit the lottery or someone die and leave you an inheritance. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, it's work ethics involved. Work ethics involved. So just wanted to say that, man. Hope everybody get their hog on. Just keep that in mind, man, because I just think it's very important with us building our independence that we're gonna have to have our hands involved. Our hands has to be involved. So just keep that in mind, man. Y'all be blessed today. I'm about to get ready to go get me some lunch. I'm hungry. And I'll be touching in a little later. Like I said, I just wanted to come talk to you for a minute and just say that because I think it's going to be important on building your independence, important on growing your business and taking it to the next level, that you're going to have your hands involved. You're going to have to be willing to pay what needs to be paid. You're going to have to be willing to hustle. You're going to have to be willing to do the work. No problem, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be blessed. Glad I can help someone, man. Y'all like, share, keep, man, hit them buttons, man. Keep them lights going up. Help my station get more, my channel get more recognition, man. So if you share it, if you like it, if you comment, that just helps other brothers that haven't seen the channel or get a chance for it to pop up in their feed. So y'all be blessed. Keep getting your hog on. Black Feniks.